Super Tendo Boy, and here I am for another episode of Building an Adventure Map. To start off the episode, I'm just gonna go ahead and play through the adventure map. There's not really too much to it, but I think I might as well just show you through everything and point out a few features that I've worked on since the last episode. Now, before I pull this lever and start the adventure map, just want to demonstrate that the spawn regulator still works, which pretty much just tests if you go too far away from the spawn, then it'll teleport back, so that you don't go into the actual adventure map. So that's nice, and I guess we'll just go ahead and start. Tendo Boy presents. Muriel says, "Hello, open up. Don't tell me you're still asleep." Then you have blindness. And so you kind of wake up in your bed here. And I don't know if I want these doors open or closed when you start the map. 'Cause, I mean, obviously you're gonna eventually go out there, just not sure which looks better when you start. But we'll go ahead and head out. Muriel says, "There you are. Come on out and help some of the neighbors on such a nice morning." So now you're sort of allowed to free roam around the town until something pops up, which I'll tell you about when we get there. And I'd also like to note the NPCs they'll be villagers, and they'll probably be attached to leads that are attached to minecarts underground, which will force them to move around and make them do stuff. But I'm going to add them last, because I don't want them interfering with the things that I'm building for them. But yeah, a lot of this I've already shown. I might change the backdrop. It looks a little bleak right now. The blacksmith, where I told you the storyline. This is new. This is the clock tower. Now you notice, unlike an analog clock or anything, this doesn't have hands. It has a gold block and a smooth stone that represents the sun and the moon, like the Minecraft clock. And throughout the day, or whatever time of day it is, it'll change, and you can tell the blocks are sticking out there to kind of to put some emphasis on them. And I'll tell you how that works later. Explain everything. We just have some things that look nice. Of course, we have this shop-like place that I don't know what well, it'll just have basic items that I'll want the player to buy throughout the map. This I don't know if I want to keep. These are supposed to look solid, but right now there's a glitch in which they don't appear solid, they appear blinking. But it's supposed to appear as if you're crawling, as I've seen in certain maps. I might remove this. I thought it would be a cool feature. And it could cause some lag if I have too many of those types of contraptions there. This is sort of the gatehouse to leave to the next place. I'll make it so that you're not allowed to leave until a certain part of the map, and there'll be a gatekeeper here and everything. And this is what I'm most excited about. This has a lot of potential. This should not be here. There we go. This is the library. The library of whatever I'm gonna call this little town village place. But yeah, it's just a basic library. It looks cool, but the special features, you can walk up to one of the bookshelves, and it'll look like you took out a book, and it'll say, "Would you like to check out the book Tendo Boy?" which is my username. And if you just click on yes, you will check out the book titled Tendo Boy. And you can open up, and it says, "The creator of this map goes by the name Tendo Boy and is on YouTube under the name Tendo Boy, blah 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 blah." You guys know all that stuff. Let me just step away disappears. And what I want to do is for every column in here, there will be a different book you can check out, like right here. Would you like to check out the book Blank? I just put blank on all the other bookshelves for now, but I like how it looks like you're checking out the book. And then you can just go ahead and read Blank. It says Blank, and that's it. And I want you guys in the comments below to tell me what I should put in some of these books that I want you to be able to check out. Of course, some of them I might put like extra lore of the storyline and stuff like that, but I want some of the books to be like Easter eggs, stuff that you guys want. So go ahead and just put those in the comments below. And moving on, I would like to discuss something that is very important to the map. Clocks, repeater clocks, redstone clocks, pretty much anything that repeats constantly to make something happen. Now, as you can tell, those blinking blocks, they should appear solid, but that's actually falling sand entities with a time set 0 and 0 for motion on the y-axis to make them look like solid blocks, but they're not, being constantly summoned. Of course, clocks like this cause quite a bit of lag once you have a lot of them. And there are command block clocks, and those are super fast, but they cause a lot of lag. In fact, this whole map used to run on them, but even with my beefy computer, it almost caused it to crash. There were so many. So I moved on to a different kind of clock. In fact, I wouldn't even consider this a clock at all. This is pretty much a command block minecart in between a detector rail, hold on, yeah, a detector rail and an activator rail. So it's whatever the command it is doing, it will constantly check for, because it's in between the two. And so you're allowed to test for things without actually having any redstone. And so this is the little library thing, and I can attach repeaters to all of these, and it'll do exactly what these do, just give you a blank book. But the problem with these clocks is they cause no lag whatsoever, except for these entities themselves. But they're pretty slow. Let's see if we can just go down to this one. We can type in / say test, and it's decently fast, but for certain things in the map, it's definitely not going to be fast enough. So what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to just let's see, let's copy this command, paste it. I cannot paste the command. Whoop-de-doo, I am a genius. I'll just copy that later. So I'm gonna try to use these whenever I'm using test for, but when I'm doing things such as this, things where things must be constantly summoned, I will probably try to use the least laggy form of one of these. Now, as you notice, these are blinking, but when you go over to this clock over here, this is sticking out. Now, if you know anything about Minecraft controls and physics or whatever, you would know that this is probably falling sand entities, just like this thing is using over here. Actually, I'm going to turn off that say test. Just put a slash in there. And so as you noticed, you saw a little bit of cobweb for a second there, because I moved too far away, and they actually are falling sand entities. But you might notice that it doesn't look like these are blinking or even little jittering a slightest bit. So how are they falling sand entities, but they aren't derping out like those over there? Well, these, their time is set to 1, meaning that they will always stand a falling sand entity until they fall. And they also, well, this motion isn't actually necessary. A lot of this isn't necessary. But the reason why they're staying the way they are is because of those cobwebs. They're being summoned in the cobweb, and then they're sticking in the cobweb, and then eventually they will just pop and be destroyed, and they'll drop their own tile entity. But when you put drop item to 0, they won't do that, and every time they would, oh gosh, this clock is a mess. Didn't prepare too much for this episode. But anyway, where was I? So every time they are about to despawn and pop out of the cobweb, it spawns a new one. Let's see if we can just demonstrate that real quick. See if we can see it blink right when it's despawning, and it creates a new one. I think it was that little jitter right there, because one was popping out and a new one was falling on. But yeah, this is just sort of a clock tower, and I guess I'll just continue building different houses, and hopefully some of them will have side quests and whatnot. But once again, I want your guys' input on what I should do for the next episode. Hopefully I'll have a lot more done by then. This one was sort of another talking episode. I just need to talk to you guys about clocks and whatnot. But I guess that's about it for this video. Thanks for watching.